Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to cover automatic file system. So we will understand the need of automatic file system, popularly known as AutoFS, and then we will learn how to mount directories using AutoFS.
So before we get into the practical part, let us understand what is the need of this AutoFS. Now, in a normal scenario, let us suppose that you are managing a server and you want to share one file with certain clients. Now, let us suppose if there are n number of clients, so that number can vary. For each client, you as an administrator will have to push the file to each one of those clients with whom you want to share the file. So if the number of clients are too large, you have to manually push this file to each of these clients. And for every file, you need to repeat this process. So it becomes very difficult for an administrator to manage this particular scenario. Now with the use of NFS, what we can do is that in the server, we create a directory, and whatever files we want to share, we keep those files in that directory. Now any client which wants to access these files can connect to the server, and as soon as they connect, the shared files will be visible to that particular client. So now the onus is not on the server or the administrator, but on the clients to make the connection, and immediately that file or those shared files will be visible. Now let us suppose you want to share another file. So you simply need to do what? Keep that file in that shared directory, and as soon as you do that on the server, it will be shared, or it will be available to all those clients which are connected with the server using NFS. Now in a traditional scenario with NFS, what happens is that you need to use mount command, or you can make use of the etc/fs tab file, where you make the entry or you make a persistent mount. Now if we make use of the etc/fs tab file entry, then this connection between the client and the server is a permanent connection. Now it will not be the case that you want the connection to be active all the time, because this is going to waste the network bandwidth, because you are not sharing the files all the times. Now comes the use of AutoFS. So with AutoFS, what happens is that this AutoFS service automatically mounts the shared directory, which we call as the NFS share, on demand, and it will automatically unmount those shared directories when they are no longer being used. Okay, so this means that using AutoFS, the client can make a connection with the server to access that shared directory only when it requires the files from that particular shared directory, and whenever that connection is not required, the AutoFS will automatically unmount the shared directory from the client machine. So some of the advantages of using AutoFS are: the shared directories, the NFS shared directories, are not permanently connected. So if they are not permanently connected, this means that you are going to save on the network and system resources. Second, the Automounter is configured on the client machine. So this means that there is no server side configuration that is required. Finally, NFS shares are available to all users, but they are subject to the access permissions for that particular user. Now let us see how to configure AutoFS in practical. So the setup will look like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect two machines. One will act as the server, whose IP address will be 192.168.43.237. So here I'm going to use a NFS share, which is /share. So whatever content I put into this directory, that content I want to share with the client machines. So the client machine IP address in this case will be 192.168.43.22. So these are the two machines that I will be using. On the client machine, the shared content will be available at the mount point /auto_mount. So first we are going to set up the server. So you need to install the package for NFS, yum install, and you can write NFS star. Okay, so this will install all the required packages for NFS. So I have already installed these packages in my system, so there is nothing to do. So once you have installed the required packages, now whichever directory you want to share, let's suppose I will create a new one. Let's suppose the name is share. So this is the directory whose contents I want to share with all the clients. And now let us create some files to be shared. So F1, and let's suppose these two are the files that I want to share. Okay, just to be sure, later on let us edit one of the files and write some content. Okay, this is a test for NFS. Save it. Alright, so now what we need to do is first change the permissions to allow everyone to have an access on this shared directory. And now we need to export this. So we need to edit a file etc exports. So here we need to make an entry. First is which directory I want to share, so that is /share, and then we need to write the IP address of the client. So whichever client you want to share, in my case the IP address of the client is 192.168.43.22. and then what kind of permissions. So I want the clients just to read the contents. Okay, if you want to read write, then you can write here RW. So this is what I want. Save it. And now we need to export it using export fs -avr. Okay, so now this particular folder is being shared with the client 192.168.43.22. Now we need to do little bit changes with the firewall rules. So write firewall cmd. We need to add certain services. Add service equal to, now we need to add NFS, mount D, and RPC bind permanently. So write -- permanent. Now let's access, reload firewall cmd -cmd -reload. Right, so the server part is done. Now we need to configure the client and access the directory or the contents of the directory share. Now for the client we need to install two packages. So it will be yum install NFS utils and AutoFS. Okay, so these are the two packages that you need to install. I have already installed them, so nothing to do for me. Now once you install it, now the client will check that which NFS share volume is available, okay, on the server machine. So you will use show mount command, show mount -e, and then the IP address of the server. So the IP address is 192.168.43.237. So this is the IP address of my server. Okay, so command is wrong. Show mount MO. Right. So you can see that the share directory that we created on the server is available for access. Now the next step is that we need to edit the file /etc/auto.master. Okay, now here one entry is already there, so we just need to make an entry here for ourselves. So what we want is this, we can comment. So this we can comment here. Now what I want is, which is the, for there will be two entries, rather there are three entries here. First one is the name of the directory that will be used for accessing or for mounting. Okay, so this is the mount point on the client machine. So let's suppose here I name it as auto_mount. Okay, need not to create this directory, it will be automatically created. So this is the mount point. Then the second entry will be the map file name. So there is a default map file which is /etc/auto.misc. Okay, so this is what you can write. Third entry is for the timeout. So this is optional. Even if you don't specify, fine. If you want, you can specify that for how long it can try. If there is no connection, it will automatically time out. So I'm just going to skip this. Okay, save this. Now you need to edit the map file, which was /etc/auto.misc. Okay, so here some entries are already there, so you just need to add your entry in the end. So the first point here will be the mount point. So let's suppose it is access. Then you need to tell the file system type. So here you can write read write. So what you can do is you can read write soft and intr. Okay, so this is what you need to write. And the last thing is the NFS share path. So you write here the IP address 192.168.43.237. This is the IP address of the server. Then on the server where it is /share. Okay, so this was the directory. Save it. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Now let's suppose if you simply write here ls star. Okay, ls slash, not star. So you see the mount point is not created, but now if you execute this command systemctl enable AutoFS --now. Alright, if you now check ls slash, you will see that the file automount, the directory automount is automatically created. Okay, so you need not to create it, it will automatically be created once you start AutoFS. Okay, now you move into this auto_mount cd/right. So what we have done is, inside this we have created the mount point access. So cd access, right. Now if I do ls, you can see the files f1 and f2 which you created on the server. If I show you the contents of f1, where I wrote something, so you can see this is a test for NFS. Okay, this is what I have written on the server part. Now remember, you need not to do the server configuration for the exam. This is for your practice only. Need not to do the server configuration. You are only required to do the client part. The server they have already configured. They will tell you the details for the server. Okay, what is the server name, what is the IP address, what is the NFS share or the directory which is shared from the server. Everything they will tell you about the server. You are required only to do the configuration for the client part.
So that was all about the concept of AutoFS. In the next video, we are going to practice some questions based upon the concepts of networking that we have done so far.